The past few days have been absolutely insane, to say the least. There have already been multiple Jews who, Hashem Yirachem, lost their lives in these murderous Iranian missile attacks. Here in Eretz Yisroel, multiple times every single night for the past few days, we get woken up to the terrifying sounds of alarms, explosions, missiles raining down upon us, and the ground shaking beneath us. But even with these terrible tragedies, there are a few things that the Jewish people must pay very close attention to. We've been in exile for nearly 2,000 years. We've been weak, broken, and defenseless. In every country that we've resided, we've been curled up in a ball, lying on the ground while our host nations surround us, laughing, kicking, and beating us, until we were thrown out and sent off to another country, which would then do the same. This has been our terrible predicament throughout our long and bitter exile. Our ancestors never knew of the great and mighty nation that is Klal Yisroel, the warriors of Yoshua ben Nun's army, the mighty men who fought alongside David HaMelech, and the fearlessness of the Maccabees, who wreaked havoc on the Greek Empire. But for the broken and wandering Jews of the past 2,000 years, these were nothing more than tales and legends that we told over to our children of the mighty Jew who once was. And even though all throughout the Nevi'im, we have countless prophecies which speak about the days of the final redemption, where HaKadosh Baruch Hu will once again allow us to rise, to conquer our enemies. Hashem will wage miraculous wars for us. He will beat, humiliate, and decimate evil for once and for all. But these were always prophecies of some distant, magical future, which we had almost no connection to, almost like fairy tales that we would teach to our little children. But as is stated clearly in the Talmud, Midrashim, the Zohar, and many other great Sfarim, that the Geula will come suddenly when we least expect it. And so about 75 years ago, something remarkable took place. Something we didn't plan for, nor could we have ever imagined could possibly happen. At a point when the Jewish people were at their very lowest, broken, bloody, and nearly annihilated after the horrors of the Holocaust, Hashem began the process of bringing the Jewish people back home. And with that, Hashem began fulfilling all the promises he made through our holy prophets throughout the Torah. The rebuilding of Jerusalem, the land yielding abundant produce, the proliferation of Torah, and as promised, miraculous wars, where Hashem crushes and humiliates all of our enemies. Now, I'm not sure if everyone is aware, but after Israel's War of Independence, and after the 6-Day War, there wasn't a sane Jew in the world who didn't recognize the miraculous hand of God. Even the nations of the world admitted that Israel's success in those wars could only have been through a miracle. But of course, people have a tendency of forgetting very quickly. And shortly after these miracles, most Jews went back to business as usual. Now, although here in Eretz Yisroel right now, there have been casualties throughout this war, and it has not been an easy ride, every single person must recognize the level of open miracles that we are experiencing right now as we speak. Here's one of many powerful videos that I've come across of even secular Jews fully recognizing the great and mighty hand of HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
אבל אי אפשר שלא להודות על הניסים והנפלאות שאנחנו רואים, פשוט באמת. מזמור לתודה, הריעו לאדוני כל הארץ, עבדו את אדוני בשמחה, בואו לפניו ברננה. הודו לו ברכו שמו, כי טוב אדוני לעולם חסדו, ועל דור ודור אמונתו.
Now, just to put everything going on into proper perspective, the Holy Yidden of Eretz Yisroel are currently fighting a multi-front war against Iran, Lebanon, Gaza, and Yemen, who are being helped by Iraq, Pakistan, Russia, and probably some other countries. And that's without getting into the amount of times that we've already been attacked by Egypt, Jordan, Syria, and others. That's like the story of David versus Goliath, except in this situation, there are 10 Goliaths. And if this isn't miraculous enough, keep in mind that the little state of Israel was only established about 75 years ago, and we have the support of almost nobody. Every country, every nation, every news outlet, and every bit of social media and propaganda is heavily against us. Nations around the world do everything they can to try to facilitate our demise. The odds aren't just against us. Statistically speaking, any competent person would agree that we never even had a fighting chance. But facts, statistics, and calculations don't really matter when you have God. Now understand this. Hashem has always been with the Jewish people. Our survival up until this point is the greatest miracle that ever was. But the miracles that Hashem has been performing throughout our exile have always been hidden. Only when the Jewish people are in Eretz Yisroel does Hashem perform open miracles, and miracles of unprecedented magnitude. With our return to Eretz Yisroel comes our return to strength, to courage, and to might. We are no longer a weak, broken, and defenseless nation, curled up in a ball, begging the nations of the world to have pity on us. We no longer wander from country to country, looking for a bit of shelter and a moment of peace. We have once again become the mighty nation that the Torah spoke so much about, because we are back here in Eretz Yisroel, and Hashem, the God of war, the God of miracles, is with us. Because whether you would like to accept it or not, the Geula has begun. There is still a very difficult road ahead of us, and God forbid there may be more casualties along the way. But recognize the mighty and miraculous hand of God that is currently fighting this war for us. Don't be like so many of the Jews of yesteryear, who saw so many miracles and just moved on with their lives. See the hand of God, recognize what is happening right now, and recognize that Hashem only performs miracles of this magnitude when we are here in His Holy Land. The Geula is here, and the Holy Creator of the universe is carrying out all that He promised. And of course, I'd like to end with thanking HaKadosh Baruch Hu for watching over us, for never letting us go, and for bringing us back to Eretz Yisroel, where we can finally complete our mission of eradicating evil for once and for all. Chazak ve'ematz. Be strong, be courageous, and come join us here while we see the Geula unfold before our very eyes.